I go in at Louie 13th, aka the Humble King, and this is pretty much for the Sarcastically Woke podcast. And I want to do something different for the city, for our culture, and to make sure that we actually bridge that gap between our people, our queens, our kings. We all need each other, and the whole point of what we're doing right now is to make sure that we bridge that gap and make sure we push forward the next generation. And that's my only focus. That's all I want. That's all I need. And this is what I do it for.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Changing the world. That's my plan. That's my only plan, is to change the world. It's been that way for the longest when I was chasing music, and I thought that was my path, but I realized that was practice so I can get my voice powerful enough to know how to step in front of crowds and people and fight my own anxiety issues and make sure I can actually make a difference and be confident while doing it. And that's my main focus. I can flip that switch immediately. I don't even like talking to people like that, to be honest with you. Anybody who knows that about me. But when I went through that phase of my life and that transition of getting myself to a point where I was confident in front of a crowd of people because I believe in what I'm talking about. When I did that, it put me in a position where I was ready to move where I was going. So God pushed me. He was pushing me for a while, and I decided to answer that call. And that's the whole point of the Sarcastically Woke podcast, because it absolutely represents how I talk, how I think. And I've always been a person who's a conversationalist, but now I have a message, wisdom, time, and the education to do what I gotta do.
What sets your production different from everyone else?
The fact that it's not specific to a certain genre as far as like toxicity or trying to make people, trigger people, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, let's just talk about the bad. Let's talk about the, guys ain't this, girls ain't that. It's more so focused on customizing my conversation to the person I'm talking to make sure I pull something different. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, if I'm talking to an artist, I'm not talking to you necessarily about, okay, let's tell me about your next release. I want to know what made you think about what you thought about. I want to know what the trauma came from and why it makes you think and feel and move the way you move. I want to know what got you there, how you got past it, and what's your message. And if you don't have a message, then you're just not ready to have a conversation with me yet. And that's how I look at it. So it's really about the person I'm talking to and the message I'm getting. And granted, it's not you have to follow what I'm saying. You might hear something that person says that makes you realize, oh, I'm thinking the exact same way, so that way you don't feel alone. So my main focus is to make sure people don't feel alone, get the message, and they see the value in just general conversation or learn how to do it.
And what's one note you want to give to yourself 10 years from now? Looking at your future self, what do you want to tell yourself?
I will tell myself, I'm proud of you. Because you followed your heart, and you did what you always wanted to do. And you didn't let anybody control what you thought was important. You stayed on yourself, you stayed balanced, and you made sure you pushed your message at all costs.
And you got to shout out the best cameraman in the land.
843, THOTTY'S World, that's what it is. I appreciate you, boss. We're going to keep doing more work and keep moving forward. We're going to make this thing special and amazing and keep doing what we're doing best. Spreading our message to the people.
Hey, y'all hop in. Let's get everybody in the shot one time. Show
everybody get some of
everybody
the cast.
the production behind everything.
We got some more coming, but Dog King Matthias, the man who pushed me to keep doing this. Come on. My best friend, DJ, actor extraordinaire. Tubi Star.
Okay. I did it.
Mr. Avis Renee.
We on the incline.
Mr. Avis Renee, specialist. Miss Africa, Holistic Love, Yoga. We pushing everything. This is the panel. They're amazing people that I know have good hearts and are focused on pushing us forward. And they just have good energy in general. And that's what the world needs. More representation in the platform of people who are willing to push positivity. That's it.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for tapping in.